Okay, this is my first day of school vlog post, and what I'm going to do is pretty much go over my first impressions and kind of expectations for the classes that I've taken over. Um, so my first day was 2 Fridays ago, and I went into my school and I observed, and then since then I've gone in 3 more times. I'll try and keep that observation separate and use that for my next vlog post. Um, my initial impressions were that my cooperating teacher is very laid back. He has a very relaxed style of teaching. He sits in the front of the classroom and reads off of the note sheet that he's prepared and has posted online so the students can read it in advance. They can print it out and bring it to class and highlight things that they think that he has emphasized, or they don't have to. They can take notes while they're in class. What I noticed during this process is that not everyone brings the notes to class, which is acceptable because not everyone has access to a computer. But many people who don't bring notes to class also don't take notes, and there doesn't seem to be any sort of repercussion to that until they reach an assessment that is seeing what they've taken from these notes that they haven't taken. Um, my cooperating teacher is very laid back. As I said, he sits in the front of the classroom and lectures. Um, his style of teaching does change depending on the achievement level of the classes. We have one honors level class, and that involves more discussion and interaction with the class. The other classes, which are considered to be college level or a basic level class, um, those generally involve little to no interaction with the students and just straight lecture style classes. It's entirely possible that this just happens to be the days I came in on. Hopefully that's how it is and that's not the only format of the class. Um, my teacher also doesn't have any sort of bell ringer activity, which I've come to get used to. Um, the students typically come into the classroom and it takes about 10 minutes to get on task and start the class period, which when you have a 45 to 50-minute class period isn't the most time effective, and students miss out on a lot of time they could use learning. Class typically ends between 10 and 5 minutes short as well, and students can sit around and talk to each other before class ends. There is what my cooperating teacher considers a trouble class. There are a lot of disruptions. Students don't complete their homework, they're not prepared for class, and rather than trying to encourage discussion in the class, there's a lot of punishment through note taking. And it's, well, you won't listen, so we're going to take notes. Which I'm not sure I agree with, but maybe I'll find that it is not the case once I get in and start teaching on my own. There's also a law class that we're in charge of. That class involves little to no structure. It's a senior level elective class, so many of the students have checked out mentally and don't feel there's very much to learn at this point. There's only a couple of months left and they're ready to go. Most of the time they break into small groups, probably 3 or 4 for the whole class, and they're very talkative. Not usually on topic, although during the last couple classes they have gotten really into the subject, which has been great to see. And the assignments aren't too challenging. I probably won't have full control over this class. I'll be more observing and helping as an aide through this class, but I hope to bring some ideas to this class as well. I'm really excited to start working on the world history classes. I think I've come up with some really great ideas. I'm teaching the Byzantine Empire, early Russia and the Mongols, and the spread of Islam all in one unit, which seems funny because they're not all entirely connected. But I'm really looking forward to using a lot of the things that we learned last semester, as well as things that we've already started learning about this semester, and I'm really looking forward to implementing them and hoping to engage some of the students that have mentally checked out or just think that this is a boring class and a waste of time, or it's just an easy A. I don't want to come in too strong because I don't want my students to rebel against me, but hopefully a kind of authoritative classroom management rather than such a laid back but not an authoritarian class will be a really good tool for them to really learn this information and get a lot of knowledge out of this class. So I'm really looking forward to the semester. I start teaching this coming week pretty much full time. That's when my unit starts, so the days that I can't be in class, I have lesson plans already come up with that I'll give to my cooperating teacher so he can use them as more or less sub notes. So he acts as a substitute teacher, and I'm really looking forward to being in the classroom every day this semester. So hopefully everything goes well, and I'm really looking forward to this experience.